Hey everybody, welcome with new excitement to the Download Youth Ministry webcast.
Excitement, which is
Doug Fields here with Matt McGill. Is going to be quiet for a little bit. Katie the Queen Edwards, Josh the non-host.
Howdy ho there, neighbor.
And we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people.
We have a studio audience.
We have a studio audience happening right now.
Studio audience.
Built-in laugh track. It's good.
Our executive producer Seth Bartlett has created a new backdrop.
This is amazing.
I thought he was the old executive producer.
Why? Who's the new one?
Parker.
Parker's not the executive producer.
Yes.
I don't know.
He's the assistant to the executive producer.
I like
He's the
it. I like
assistant
it.
producer. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So we got a new
Executive
backdrop, which we're real excited
It's
about.
awesome.
No, it's
And
so
we
amazing.
can tell who our primary sponsor is because Seth gave him a bigger. So
Yeah.
Youth Specialties gets the,
Yes.
They
the
win.
primary
a
sponsorship.
big shout out.
With also Seth underneath it is blank, meaning we have room for one more sponsor.
Your logo could go there.
Your logo.
Reach one more, guys.
Youth Ministry 360, Leader
too
Treks, Azusa Pacific University are our sponsors, and then Humankind Water gets the shelf
Yes.
above. And
Top shelf. No metaphor there.
Katie's going to tell us a little bit about Humankind Water in just a second, but we're really like, this is a new era.
Yeah, we're trying to get settled in these new
I know.
chairs as well. We're all kind of a little uncomfortable.
I already told
Well, it's fancy.
It is
We're
fancy.
I already told Seth that I think Matt's going to break that chair quickly.
Yeah, lean back.
You said you were going to put that in your pocket.
Oh, that's fast. This table is shaped a little bit like a kidney bean, like a kidney as well. So
Yeah.
just
That's good.
interesting.
Hey, and we have a
That's not interesting.
we have just this morning.
It's very cold.
It's last minute.
Very
Last
cool.
minute.
This is going to be really...
It's a winter show.
Just getting used to the new area. It's very difficult. I need a little padding.
You should have
Yeah,
given
but
it like an
sometimes-
hour at the table.
Sometimes
I
with
need a
Matt at the
padded room.
podcast, honestly, I feel like I have a 2-year-old.
Just put your hand on his shoulder. Just give him a little rub.
Very funny.
This
See,
could
that
be a
makes
two-rub
so
show.
much noise. I can't do that anymore.
You shouldn't have before, man.
Should we start over?
No, this is
Okay.
great.
Great.
We're just trying to get
There we
used to
go.
the space.
It's new. Seth, thank you. Nicely done.
I
Good
know,
job.
it's beautiful.
We are in
Get a little tablecloth just right over here. That'd be great.
DYM headquarters with new shows, new excitement, new fun, but the same crew.
Yeah.
Same crew. Katie, we missed you in Nashville.
I know.
Yeah.
I missed you guys.
It was a
but
good
I heard
time.
it was so awesome.
We had a good job. We had a good job. We had a good job.
You did a good job.
job.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
Affirmations.
Yeah, Jana sat in. Not as good as you.
Yeah,
so great.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It was a blast
Which
from
is
the
crazy
past.
because you told her, Jana, that she was better than Katie.
I
Yeah.
did not say that. Jana
She's
could watch
pretty
that.
awesome.
Go back, watch
She's
it.
great. Katie is greater.
She's pretty awesome.
Kate,
I'm
but
so
Jana-
glad that you
Jana
guys got to
prepared
be
the way.
together.
I think you guys are great. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Jana in a while, so it was really fun.
Oh, that's so
She's
fun.
good people.
David Diener from Pendleton, Indiana says, Doug and Gang DYM member here.
Oh.
Speaking of DYM member, we have a big DYM membership thing happening right now.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Katie, do you even know about it?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, because
You can't avoid it. That's why.
Do you know who's using it? My parents.
I know.
They love it. They have a
beautiful.
youth ministry of 8 in Mesquite, Nevada. They
Love
use it
it.
every week. They love it. Free downloads. They love everything.
And the
They use
fact that your
everything.
parents know how to download is awesome.
I know. Well, Matt
great.
or Parker.
2 steps
taught them.
ahead of Doug.
Yeah.
Parker taught them how to use the whole thing.
Have you ever downloaded anything?
This week, Doug found out what a PDF was. What's funny is that's kind
Do
of
you
true.
think he knows? Do you think he knows what it stands for?
Oh, I'm not sure I know what it stands for.
Really?
Portable document file.
Yeah. Format.
Exactly.
Ooh, all right. Was there a question or was it just...
Yeah.
I don't know. So the membership's
You know, here's the
awesome.
deal.
DYM
Sign up
membership.
before the end of the
DYM
year, before
membership.
Christmas,
This-
or you're going to miss out.
This is the deal. This is the deal. It's like you can kind of dress up a pig, but it's still a pig.
Right.
That's kind of what I'm feeling.
4
right now.
pigs, well,
No, I'm feeling
A
like
couple pigs.
We got this backdrop. I was kind of hoping, Seth, that
New class.
Matt would allow us to take it to a new level.
Next time.
instead of a new
possible.
low.
Not possible.
Yeah.
Here's
So
the thing. It's a beautiful set.
It is a
Yeah.
beautiful set.
That's counting down. I just
That's
realized.
good.
Oh.
That's weird.
We have a timer even. Look at this. Shiny. Shiny over
Sorry.
there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All
I
right.
don't
If
If
know
you
why.
could just read a question.
The Download Youth Ministry membership. Sign up before Christmas to get in on the big deal.
Here's what we're
$1,000
doing
in
with
free
these
stuff.
specialties right now. It was last minute. I sent out
Oh.
a tweet to say we're going to give away team training.
That's
team
awesome.
training is coming up in how many cities?
10 cities.
10 cities. I'm going to be at some. Josh
be
is
at
going to be at some. and you can bring your whole team, get them
Yep.
trained for what's the cost? Up to 15 people?
$3.99.
$3.99.
For 15 people. All pay, we just pay the one price.
Or you can come
$3.99.
by yourself or bring a couple
You
volunteers.
can pay $3.99 for that, too.
We're gonna bring. We're gonna actually
no matter who you
give.
bring.
Up to 15,
No,
yeah.
no,
One or many? No.
No, it's
What's
like-
the one person
It's like
price?
$59.
I have no idea.
That's worth
Yeah,
it.
It's a Friday and a Saturday training. And here's what we're doing.
It's almost as good
We're
as the
gonna
prices
give.
of download youth ministry.
We're gonna give 15 away today.
15?
One for 15.
All right,
One
let's
for
do it.
15. So
150.
Someone from the live show, someone who's watching live, or just
Wow.
I haven't even mentioned that we're watching live. Seth, how's that going?
Well, we're not
so
watching.
much fun. Lots of activity over here.
all right. It's a Friday afternoon in youth ministry world.
I'm detecting
Christmas
a little
miracles are
sarcasm.
happening.
Here's what David Diener
giveaways.
said. David said, Doug, I'm the guy that ate lunch with you at the Orange Tour in Indy. Matt, sorry you got canned. Doug, appreciate your heart. Josh, love your wisdom. Katie, I've decided that you are the Just Enough Youth Ministry that doesn't make you feel guilty for watching.
I just like to point out that I was acknowledged for the wisdom for the first time in show history instead of our friend Matt. So
Oh.
No, Matt's self-imposed wisdom. Speaking of self-imposed wisdom, we got a gift. We got a gift today.
oh,
We're gonna get to our sponsors in just a second. Sponsors, but this
talked
is
about
from
sponsors.
Eric Upton, and Eric Upton
this
is
is cool.
he created some shirts for us. The first shirt is
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
sorry you
I have
got
to have
canned.
"Sorry you got canned."
Hilarious.
In the world?
Sorry you got canned.
Here, let me
that
hold
is
it up.
yeah, that's strong.
Please don't read my name.
Oh my gosh. These
I
are
love
hysterical.
it.
How
Look
great
at
is
that.
Hungry you got canned?
No,
Oh,
sorry you got canned.
You got-
Hungry, you got canned.
I don't have opinions, just truth.
That's awesome. Who quoted that?
I have to have
Socrates.
these.
You have to
These are
have
for
these.
me.
That's a beautiful John Wooden quote. I love it.
That is.
I don't have opinions. Just true.
Oh my!
These are
oh
so
my.
great. What a gift.
What a gift.
What a gift.
How great is that, huh?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks. They will go with our new backdrop.
Do I get any of those? What's going on?
We'll do it after the
They're
show.
mostly my quotes in there.
Which one would you wear?
Mostly your quotes?
Yeah.
Which one are your quotes?
50% of them.
Sorry you got
Sorry you
canned
got
is
canned.
about you, but it wasn't your quote.
Well,
Yeah.
no.
You
that-
really
that
can't wear
is
that.
awesome.
It's always about. It has
I don't
to be
get
about
credit
you.
for that.
doesn't it?
I'm the one who got fired.
it has to be
And I'm
about
the
you.
one who's got the
We have to be
incredible
standing next to you. wearing
confidence. that
Just
can handle
writing to
that.
share the story I told Doug while on the Orange Tour that he wanted me to write and share. One afternoon I was going to the bathroom at church, and the senior pastor walked in, and we were going and talking, because that's what guys do, Katie.
Going and talking.
They can go
That's what
and
I've
talk.
heard.
We go alone.
Well, we went to wash our hands, and after I grabbed some paper towels to dry my hands.
Guys, we're supposed to wash their hands? I thought we
Somebody
didn't have
prep
to.
the show?
And he's waiting behind me to dry his hands as well.
hope he reached under
So
his
after I
armpits.
finished drying my hands, he says, "Man, you're using an awful lot of paper towels there. You need to be more careful about how much paper towels you use because that was way too much."
Is this real?
Sorry.
Is this how
So-
close are we to the end?
I-
What percent are we at?
So I responded with, "Sorry, I like to have my hands dry." And this was the day I was criticized by my senior pastor for using too much paper towels. And I just, when he told me that,
What?
I just thought, you know, the youth workers. Okay, I'm going to turn a little corner here. I'm
Okay.
looking at you two because you're the only ones I care about. We got one from a youth worker that says, "I came home from my camp, and my wife wants a divorce." There's so many emails that I read of people who are discouraged and disappointed. And
So you're saying this guy's got no reason to be discouraged?
no, I'm saying that this is exactly what exactly what this is. Is that
Just
you
clarifying.
you work your butt off in youth ministry, and your senior pastor
Mentions paper towels.
you're using
Yeah.
too many paper
Is
towels.
there a chance he was telling a joke?
No.
I think it's a true story.
Stewardship of the environment is important.
Yeah, it is. You're the one that
I
had the
might be a
green
senior
summer.
pastor someday. I kind of feel concerned right now about his usage of paper towels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's rough, honestly. Especially when youth workers are they're just starving for affirmation from above, especially.
yeah.
I mean, I think we get it from peers, from our community. We get it, each other. But man, for a senior pastor to just say one nice thing, it would be it's a gift. It's a beautiful gift. So I get it. I feel the pain.
Especially if that's
So
their
what-
only interaction in the last.
What if he said,
Right.
I really approve of the amount of water you used, but paper
Not the
towels. So then sandwich
Yeah.
Oreo cookie deal.
The little steal.
What affirmation would you like, Josh? Not from us, because we affirm you all the time.
Oh yeah, this is a very.
What
I would say
place.
just thank you for your sacrifices of the past year. I think that would be a good
But you're
end of the
rewarded in
year,
heaven
Christmas
for that
time.
stuff.
That's
What
a
do
good one.
What do you need?
I like that.
What's going on here?
Would you let somebody else talk for just a little bit? Just a little bit.
Oh.
A little bit.
No.
It's a live. It's totally a live audience. I forgot
It
with
is.
Matt.
The live throws him off.
Matt gets so when people aren't here, and when my wife is here.
No,
then
because
it
here's
really-
what's happening.
Yeah,
Here's,
really
no,
giddy.
here's what always happens. Is so then I'll be quiet, like you requested, and then after the show you'll say, "Where were you? What happened? What were
kind
you
of
on the show?"
off your game.
Yeah, exactly. Off your game.
It's
That's
been like
right.
once,
off your game.
once or twice, and it was during that time when you were getting canned.
Really
Kind of-
rough time.
It was a rough time. So sorry for your sacrifice.
No, just like thank you for your
Thank you.
sacrifice.
Sorry for your.
Sorry
for your-
Sorry for your
Sorry
sacrifice.
for your lack of
Sorry.
sacrifice.
No, I just think that's a good ministry requires a lot of everybody and
Yeah.
and expectations, and I think that would be a good, especially end of the year thing for a senior pastor or supervisor, whatever to say. That's a good one.
Yeah. What about you, Kate?
What would I want?
Yeah. What's
affirmation?
for what you do? What is a specific affirmation?
Yeah, I just, maybe I love what you guys are doing, or I've been, following you and seeing pictures and stuff, and I love, just something specific, like I love what's happening in the junior high ministry. I saw this picture. I heard this about, because I think we work pretty hard to try to keep church in the loop of like
Yeah.
what we're doing, just, so everybody kind of knows. So I think like something specific, because I think I hear thank you, I love you, those types of things, but maybe something just a more specific to who I am or what's happening in our ministry would be
Yeah,
cool.
I saw that ministry meeting for Impact
Yeah, totally.
on Instagram, and that
Or, like,
looked incredible.
Yeah.
Or how fun was that game from Shocktober that you guys did, or whatever? Yeah,
Because I think we work hard to do that in youth ministry with our volunteers, like encourage them
Absolutely.
specifically. Hey, I heard what you did with that student. That was so awesome. So to get that would be really
Yeah.
cool too.
There was a question, and because I'm now trying in the new era of DYM meets Apple here at headquarters
from the future.
trying to do the
HQ.
questions here, it's a little harder to know. But one of the questions that came in, and when you guys are answering it, I'll search for it. One of the questions that came in had to do with affirmation and volunteers year end. We're in December. What do you do to affirm your volunteers year end? Go, I'll search.
Okay, good. Well, you just did a volunteer Christmas party last week. What did you do? Anything in there?
It's funny, we've tried so many different things over the years with Christmas and year-end stuff, but we've really tried to simplify it a little bit. So 2 things: a year-end email that just has highlights and stories and fun stuff from 2013. So that goes out to everybody with like a Christmas card and like that kind of thing. And then we do kind of a date night. It's like dinner and a movie, and our volunteers love it. It's super simple, and it's not, we just all meet at a restaurant, so it's low prep for us, so we really can just be fully involved, and it's super relational. It's bring your spouse or bring someone with you, so great, more the merrier. And then we give out movie passes and movie candy and just walk over and go see, whatever movies together. So it's really casual, and I think really different than the office Christmas party or, the kind of formal. It's just fun and relational. So it's just a great time together at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's good.
So love that.
Yeah, we just try to find like a specific reason to encourage each youth worker as well. So when your coach is having a conversation with one of them, just talk specifically about something that's been going on in their life and what you've seen. So I bumped into one of our life group leaders last night, and I knew exactly what was happening in his group and in his life, and so was able to have a really meaningful conversation, not just, hey, Kenny, great to see you.
Yeah.
Sure.
How are things? But to know, hey, here's what's happening, here's what's going on. I'm journeying through life with you, just like you're journeying with your students. Or if they had a tough interaction, talked to another leader this morning, Rick, and he was going through a really tough time, and I just kind of encouraged him, but I knew what was going on, so that was an important thing, I think. Know what's happening and be specific in your encouragement that way too.
That's good.
My favorite year was when we had every leader in the ministry got a letter from a kid. So
That's
remember
strong.
we I mean, it takes a lot of work to get a lead, and try and keep it semi quiet and to find a kid in each group and stuff like each small group. But
a cool idea.
That was
That
fun.
could be great for Christmas or end of the year too. Like
Yeah.
if you knew that now and kind of started
Yeah.
working on it. it'd be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's a great idea.
This week I took out a volunteer for coffee and taught him how to use Instagram.
I loved your Instagram.
It was so fun. This had nothing to do with the end of the
So
year,
cute.
I
but
saw that yesterday.
he comes up to me. He's like, I don't know, 70 years old, and he said,
gonna say, what
"Josh,
is he,
can you
70?
teach me? Can you teach me how to use Instagram so I can relate to my high school seniors better?" And I said,
heart
"Yes,
just so
we
warmed
will."
by that.
That is
And he
awesome.
just was like soaking it up, and it was one of the funnest moments I've had in a long time with a leader. Just laughing, talking, and learning social media as a 7-year-old. It was beautiful.
His throwbacks are going to be epic.
Oh yeah, Throwback Thursday,
TBT to the 40s. So great.
Here I
love
was
it.
during World War II.
It was Michael DeHaan. Michael DeHaan is from Lighthouse Church of the Nazarene in Moravia.
Oh, Iowa.
Monrovia.
How do you
Oh,
say
yeah.
I have no idea. There's no way it's really from Iowa.
it?
Yeah.
Moravia.
Way to go.
Good job, Midwesterner.
That was like a 1 in 45.
He says, love the show and love being a
Like a
DYM member. And
Some states
his question was all about valuing volunteers. But I think the
There you
essence
go.
for all of us who are leaders is that the people that we work with, the people that we serve, they. What's my line, Matt?
People
know
have
what
never
you're gonna
had it
say.
up to here with affirmation.
Oh, you can never.
You can never think,
Too much.
"Ah, I
I've
just
never
had
had
too
somebody
much."
say to me.
Yeah, I love that line.
It's, a good
It's
one.
true.
Well, and this is a really easy time to do. I mean, there's just
Yes.
so many great ways and ideas. And
Well, I think you have to be careful too, because you look at your core volunteers, like you'll say you've got 12, and 2 of them are like your super volunteers. You're like, they're fine, and you go on to the, and they're not fine. It is. You need to thank them and love them, and don't
Totally.
take them for granted, or you will be down 2 people.
It's so bright. It's like I can see everybody fully and completely. Just a whole new
It's not a
experience.
bad thing.
How's
Yeah, your mind has
Yeah.
been open.
How's it looking on camera?
Yeah, it
It looks
is.
really fun on here. We're talking to a few people, and they're having a good time. They're glad we're doing this.
That's good.
Oh.
All right. Good. So you're and one of the changes is you want to hang the microphone.
Yeah, get it out of the way. So
Hang the microphone?
Matt hits
Yeah.
the table. Not everybody will be.
Or when he messes with that paper and stuff
Exactly.
like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, paper
5
silent.
seconds at a time.
Yeah.
That's my white hair lip with all this white.
Yeah.
Am I okay?
We're gonna paint it black next week. Everything.
Am I okay?
Josh, what do we want to do with these shirts?
I don't know. I want to wear one. Is what I want.
People
Honestly.
would die to get those. as
Well,
a
they're
giveaway.
super limited edition. You had like 6 or 8 of them, maybe.
Yeah, I think there's 2 of each.
Great. Well, we need to each have a shirt, and then we give away a couple today.
Well, the problem is we don't. Download Youth Ministry doesn't ship anything.
Yeah, we honestly have never shipped.
They can download the graphic and put it on their own
we
shirt.
ship banners.
Like that.
I don't
We
know.
ship banners to Nashville. It's the only
You know,
thing
we should do a partnership with like with it youth stuff that does shirts. They've done. We've talked about them in the past on the blog.
Yeah.
They should make these. This would be awesome because I don't want to ship anything. We don't ship anything.
And it's nice of you to cover up our sponsor, Humankind Water.
I put them on top.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah,
still
They're
there.
over here too.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of Humankind Water, what's happening? We got them in at Youth Specialties, so
Yeah.
everybody got 1 bottle. 3,500 people got a bottle of Humankind
cool.
Water, and the idea with Humankind Water is that,
And that was over a year ago.
we got them into Youth Specialties last month.
Well,
But
I
we
thought
got them into Walmart.
on the shelves
Yeah.
over a year ago.
Yeah, 1 bottle is for
A year's
water
worth
for
of
a
water.
year.
Yeah.
I mean, youth workers need to check out their website because I think we talk about this being our sponsor beverage and stuff, but there's so much more to buying a bottle of water with Humankind. For $1, you buy 1 bottle and that's providing clean water, water filtration systems. 100% of the profits go towards clean water, and I just think it's so easy for you to make a difference by using Humankind Water.
Yeah, and how many youth groups have water in their youth room?
Or you use
Yeah.
water for a summer camp event. You buy a couple of cases off the website
Right.
or a pallet or
Buy
something.
water that matters. Yeah.
You do, you make an impact with your students just by sharing it with them. So go to humankindwater.org, I think
Yeah.
it is.
Have you
I
ever
would've
seen
liked
like
to told you how
the
delicious it
competitors?
You have in
but-
the garage. That's why we didn't have it.
We
They
drank
sent
them
us
all.
more.
Have you
can't
ever tried
remember.
You drank all the water.
Oh no.
some of the other water in that space
Need
is funny because you'll pay a premium premium price for a bottle of water, whatever, $3 or something.
Totally.
And then on the back of it, you're like, I'm helping the world. And you're like, 3 cents out of a $3 bottle goes to help someone.
Yeah, totally.
That is insulting, where Humankind, totally different
100%.
approach.
Yeah.
100%. It's run by youth workers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
That's
fun.
cool.
We're excited to be a part of it. Hey, why don't we hit some of our other sponsors?
Cool. 12 Days of Christmas is happening right now at Leader Treks, 50% off of 12 different resources. We'll have to put this show up right away in order for that to be helpful. But go to leadertreks.org and you can get some great deals in time for the holidays.
I'm not in charge of putting that anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
He's just supporting
So
you.
it'll happen. It'll
okay.
happen.
What needs
really
to happen?
quick.
Fadi asked me the other day. He said, "Why is it that
Who's Fadi? It's insider information
it's
for our
my
people.
friend, my friend Fadi?
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
so you have a friend.
Yeah, my
Alright.
friend Fadi."
At least one is good.
Asked me, why doesn't the show go up right away? And
That's a fair
we used to
question.
blame it on Matt, but what is
Right.
the answer now?
The good news is 2:30 just went up, 2:29 went up, 2:30 went up, and we will try to put this show up by Saturday night, tomorrow night.
Okay.
So
Is the Nashville one up? Like, is that 2:30?
it just went up today.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, it's not to be missed. Jana's on it.
I know.
Incredible.
Well, I love her.
Live shows
love by that.
live shows are not our best.
No, these are so much better.
I'm
Yeah.
terrible with the live show.
We kind of have an audience with our new set.
It's great.
Fadi's here, Cody's here, David Walker, who used to be in my
David's
small
Everybody's
group,
riveted, staring
who
at their
left.
phones.
Justin, who is one of our key top authors at
Download
Download
Youth
Youth
Ministry.
Ministry.
That's right.
Executive producer Seth Bartlett on the on the
drums,
live show.
On the drums.
How's
Yeah.
it going?
On the
That's
ones
right.
and twos.
How's the
Yeah.
how's the
That's
live
good.
show going? Good.
Live show is so much fun.
And-
Yeah.
We should do this more often.
And
Yeah, we should do it more.
Parker, our genius, DYM genius, is in his hole over
He's
there.
in the dark corner of the office,
Cubicle.
too busy to
Better
even
title.
watch,
DYM
or too
genius.
bored to watch. One or the other. Evil genius. I like it.
Dwayne Reamer says
Reamer's the last name on that, huh?
Reimer.
Reamer?
Dave Reamer. Didn't we just read his?
Dwayne.
Oh,
Remier?
Dwayne. All right.
Dwayne, and he's a member, says, when it comes to leaders in the youth group, where do you draw the line of being firm with them in their commitment to helping out? More and more it seems like the church is the first thing that gets axed from a person's list if something else comes up. They're great leaders when they show up, but not apologetic when they can't make it for reasons other than being sick. They aren't paid, so you can't force them to do anything. It's not fair to the youth who are there when they don't show up. I realize life is busy, but when you know youth is on a certain day, same time every week, should you be scheduling other stuff and saying you can't make it out, you can't make it to youth because life is busy? I just don't get it.
Just don't get it.
What have you done
So
in
he's-
these situations? Frustrated youth pastor.
Right. He's not talking about student leaders. He's talking about
thought he was talking
adult
about
Yeah,
leaders.
volunteers.
No,
Okay.
volunteers.
Just for the record, I was listening and he said, where do you draw the line between? And he only listed one thing, so we're going to have to...
Have to actually split that one in half.
yeah, so, but I think there's two sides of this. You know, one is your leadership to your leaders, and then the other side is the looking in and evaluating. If your leaders are leaving and not showing up, then I don't think it's totally 100% just on them. You know, I think that it is worth it to stop and to think and to go, okay, why aren't they sticking around? Are they not serving in a way that taps into their passions? Are they not being used like they need to be used? You know, and I mean in a good way. Are they not serving in a way that they ought to be serving? And so it is worth it there to stop and to think about it. And you might need to make some changes. I think the other side is that if you ask somebody to commit to your youth ministry for a school year and they miss, a lot, you have every right to ask them to not be a part of the ministry. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a whole school year or whatever, but, I mean, the reality is that, this, as high school students, junior high students, they have adults coming in and out of their lives all the time, and there's a lot of shuffle, and consistency is what is so important. I mean, especially when you're doing a youth group program once a week for 2 hours the whole school year, it's just not that much time. And so I think expecting consistency and then following up saying, hey, look, if you can't be around, that's great. What's another place that you could serve?
Yeah, I'll riff off that one a little bit. I think, in my experience, when I have had volunteers not show up regularly, it's because they didn't feel like they were essential. So if they were chaperones or standing in the back or just there, I think they felt some ownership of it and whatever, but I think it's a game changer where they have a specific role. So let's go into that a little bit, right? Say you have 5 volunteers. I would say, what would it look like if you said, hey, J. Paul, you're running the game. April, I really need you to talk to this student this week who is going to be here this week. Will you just be on the lookout for new kids who show up and what? So I don't know what those are exactly, but something where they go, man, if I'm not there, who is going to run the game, or who's going to teach, or who's going to talk to this girl, or whatever. So I think usually it comes back on me, where I have not equipped them and empowered them and assigned them a mission critical role, so they're going to bail.
Yeah.
When you talked about 2 things, being flaky or not in the right role. So the being flaky side of that, I think we definitely have leaders that join our team with the right heart, but they are overcommitted, or they just don't have the time to be maybe a small group leader. Maybe they could, play another role that's not as hands-on. They could pray for your ministry or provide resources from time to time, but I think having a good, honest conversation with some of those leaders of like, hey, 3 weeks in a row, let's talk about that. Is this too much of a commitment? Do we need to kind of help you pull back a little bit, or do you need to take a season off? Like, I don't necessarily think, sometimes our leaders just go through seasons where things are crazy. And so can we help them pull back, and then maybe they'll come back around, and start fresh next fall or something like that. So I think, sometimes leaders are just they've just got so much going on that you do have to kind of help them, because they don't want to step out. They don't want to quit. They don't want to let you down. So they'd rather try to stay committed, instead of stepping out, or you might need to help them step out for a season.
Well, some leaders have to understand, like maybe people that are listening that write in that are overseeing volunteers. No one cares about your Wednesday night as much as you do.
Totally.
So when you love your Wednesday night or your Sunday morning or whatever it is, and you think about it and you dream about it, you prep, you plan, why isn't that kid there? And then when a volunteer doesn't show up, you take it so personal because you think they should love it as much as I love it.
Right.
They don't.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't. As much as that, as difficult as that is for you to hear, it's your job. You are paid to care about it more than anybody else. They don't. So.
Yeah.
We got to remember that. 2, we got to remember that leaders have amazingly busy lives.
Sure.
And I go back to the mission critical thing. If it's not mission critical, I can understand after a while, if it's the first 3 weeks or they've missed 2 out of the first 4, then you go, okay, something's wrong.
Sure.
But after a while, the semester starts getting long, the year starts getting long. We just got back from London on Sunday, and my friend Fadi is here. Fadi, we're driving back from the airport. His kids are texting saying, "Are we going to church tonight? Because it's the Christmas lighting tree." What was it?
Christmas tree lighting. Yeah.
Christmas tree lighting deal.
Some interesting
We
word order
were totally tired, zonked from this trip.
Yeah, jet lagged and done.
Neither one of us wanted to go. I'm exposing you now. He didn't want to go, but he's got little kids at home going, we're going.
Yeah.
Now, it would have been nice to go. It'd have been nice to go be part of that community. It'd been nice to be there to support my friends who are the pastors there. But we weren't needed. Nobody was going to miss us if we didn't go. So, and I think...
Just the relationships that you would have enhanced while you were there?
I was tired. I would have cussed.
Broke relationships, destroyed.
No,
Somebody needed to hear you drop the F-bomb.
I would have hurt relationships. But I think you've got people who are working. They're driving home. They're exhausted. They had a rough day at work, and they're going, okay, am I really going to be needed? I'm one of 15 volunteers on Wednesday night, or I'm one of 2 volunteers on Wednesday night. But all I do kind of anyway is stack the chairs and pick up trash. I'm tired.
Yeah.
So I really do believe there is that big piece going, okay, it's when we talk to volunteers, we say, hey, if I could get you 10 volunteers, how many of you would be excited? Everybody, I'd be so excited. And then we follow up with, what would they do?
What would have them do? Yeah.
And if you don't know, if you don't have an answer for what they do, you're not ready for them yet. And I'm not saying that's the case in this person's situation.
But that helps volunteers stick, that's for sure.
Scott Durbin wrote in, and Scott, he's a part-time youth minister in Kentucky, and he was at our intensive, Josh, we did.
What city is that?
Oh, Louisville.
Ashland.
So close.
Please don't use my name.
He was part of the first 2 years in youth ministry.
All right.
And
That
he
was
says,
fun.
I'm sitting listening to Doug speak. And so this is at Youth Specialties
Oh,
Convention.
wow.
I'm listening to Doug
like a
speak.
live question.
And after his first joke, something funny happened. I've been listening to the podcast for a while.
It wasn't the joke.
I'm working on becoming a rewinder, and as I listened to the audio instead of watching the videos, I had never seen a video. I don't know what Josh or Matt look like. So after Doug's joke, when I heard Matt's squawk and Josh's cackle, my immediately thought was, wait, I've heard those laughs before. I
No
know
way.
that laugh. And Doug, I thought you'd enjoy hearing that. I first recognized Josh and Matt not from their wisdom, but from their loud laugh.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Matt?
Cute.
Perfect.
Yeah. Wisdom and entertainment. It's what we provide.
And he did say, by the way,
Double threat.
sorry you were pink slip, Matt.
Sorry, you're.
Oh,
But
is it too soon?
He does write a question about overload, and he talks about going. I have my bachelor's degree. I'm working on my master's degree in biblical studies, which would be a good time to talk about Azusa,
Pacific University.
who I just found out yesterday they have scholarships. So we're at a Christmas party at Azusa. We're talking about the master's program, and the guy who's partly overseeing it goes, "Now, have you been telling people that we have a scholarship?" I'm like, "No, I didn't know we had scholarship."
That's important.
I knew I could get you a scholarship, Katie. You're the
Yeah.
only one here that really needs,
The financial help, I know.
No,
Needs the education? What are you trying to say?
no.
here?
I was gonna say, that's where I was. Let's just dig yourself out of that one.
Thanks.
That was I was going to say it needs the education, but what I meant to say was that's what I
That
did.
cares about and values an education. These two slough offs, I get it.
Save
Yeah,
him.
we enjoyed you digging
No,
the
I
hole,
was-
Bill. That was
I knew
strong.
what you meant.
Thanks.
Christmas lighting tree.
Anyway, he says all this to say my brain is so overloaded with so many ideas and things that I want to teach on or implement, but I don't know how to sort through it all. I know that I really want to focus on the gospel in-depth training starting in January, and I know that my youth group needs to be more of a cohesive group, but I don't know how to sort through the hundreds of ideas that are running through my head.
Just do them all at once.
Seriously.
Do you have any
fast.
thoughts or ideas on how to
Probably
sort
lose it.
through it all so that I have a sense of direction? Right now, I kind of feel like I'm drowning in ideas.
I think there's two things you can look at. I think one is look at your ministry and evaluate, is there some things that you really feel like are missing right now, and be strategic to go after that. If your ministry is absolutely perfect and there is nothing to fix, then another way that you can go after it is of the ideas that you have, which ones are life-giving for you? Which ones are exciting? They tap into something that you're interested in, that you are going to run after, and it's not going to be energy. I mean, if you're doing something you love, then it's great. And doing something that you feel is obligation, or gosh, we got to do this, that just takes a toll and is not a great one. I'd say the other thing is kind of a number 3 or whatever, is just what resources do you have available, and what could you do? I mean, if you have 100 ideas, chances are a lot of them just aren't even possible at this point in time. So I would do that. I would look at deficiencies in your ministry, things that that are personally exciting and energizing for you, and then you can get rid of options by saying, "Hey, these things aren't even possible right now."
Yeah, I just even looking at his questions that Scott, he actually wrote 2 questions kind of back-to-back emails, and both of them are a little bit long, and there's a lot in them.
Yep.
And so there may be a personality issue that's kind of who you are. You're an ideas person. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on. I mean, just in reading the 2 emails, like
Personality issue. It's really bad being thorough.
No, but
thorough.
Just using the word issue makes it sound negative. That's what Seth and I think.
Oh, okay.
And the people in live chat agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
no, I think sometimes when you're a super crazy ideas person,
Yeah.
you might need to find someone else to come alongside of you and help shape and form. You know, I that's been something about your partnership that I watched over the years was just you are such an ideas guy, and Matt a lot of time would help.
Matt's never had an original idea in his life.
No,
but-
yes.
And I haven't.
But
I
I
even said that in
think
text today.
There's a
Did
lot
I not
of-
say that in text? I did.
There's a lot
I don't
of
need
youth
original
pastors
ideas.
like that
Yeah.
who are like a lot of ideas, and so
Just true
you know,
ideas.
can you find someone to come alongside of you to help organize? I don't know. I would also think of the end results.
Yeah.
Like, I think sometimes we focus too much on what we want to teach and what we want to do and what's exciting to us as youth pastors. And I think sometimes we forget to really think about our audience and what does our audience need and what kind of journey do we want to see our students go on in our ministry versus what's exciting to me. I think sometimes I like teaching things that are exciting to me in my own faith, but with junior high, there's like 3 or 4 things that I've taught maybe 25, 30 times, you know, in the last whatever years. And it's not that I don't always love teaching on friendships, but friendships are really important in junior high. So sometimes we have to kind of switch the hat and step outside of ourselves and really think, okay, what does our audience need? Where do they need to go? Who am I hoping to graduate to my high school ministry? You know, who am I hoping to graduate to my college ministry? You know, really thinking like that. But like you were saying, I think bringing someone alongside of you who can help you organize your thoughts is always a good thing too.
Yeah.
I would start with people, start with building a team, because I think that's a good place to start. You can never go wrong with just pouring into people and building a great team of volunteers. Now, what they do, that's obviously
Unless all you
shortly
do
they're
is
behind.
Hang out and eat.
But I really think building a great team that's a foundation for whatever you're going to do. Now we're going to do evangelism. Now we're going to do discipleship. Now you got to have the right people on board. So I'd spend some time doing that. And then what I would also do to slow down the chaotic pace and frantic search is and I've used this expression before, well, hey, this is the year of ministry, where we're taking a whole year and we're adding to our ministry this side of ministry.
As opposed to what? Ministry's pretty general.
Serving, sorry, like
Right.
that. It's the year of serving. So
Right.
for this year, we're going to really work on bringing serving into our culture.
Right.
That year is over. The next year, we've added serving. We're already strong in evangelism. We do great communities. Now we're going to work on discipleship.
Xbox One.
It's the year of discipleship, where we're going to grow. We're going to learn. So we kind of add these different, facets to the same box or whatever that we're building, rather than just try to go, we're adding worship, and then tomorrow we're going to do this, and then Thursday we're all going to go to Mexico, and then we're going to do a class. And I feel like we're all scattered, over-programmed, and overblown. So a year of something just tells you,
The perfect
slow down.
program for the schizophrenic.
Try this, experiment, emphasize, and then when you land on what works, then that becomes part of your core tradition or value or youth group or whatever.
When you've taught us that just over the years of, even when you came to Saddleback, saying to Rick, it's going to take me 5 years to get to, a place where I'm feeling, like we've accomplished some things. And so even looking at it not as what I'm going to do for the next 6 months, but what is kind of a little bit more of that long-term plan that you can kind of take steps towards versus I got to plan everything right now, right this second.
I have all these ideas
Feels
from a
more
conference I was just at.
Totally.
Which
Oh,
I've
that's
done.
the
We've all
worst.
been there
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
You come home fired up, ready to change everything and save the world, and you need to take a deep
So
breath.
choosing 1 or 2 things at a
Well,
time.
it goes back to
Yes.
what we live and what we've talked about a lot is that we do life in community and we're better together. And what I appreciate about him is I see myself in that. I love ideas. There's nothing more exciting to me than a new idea. I'm attracted to new ideas. I like new ideas, but I also have a little thing that has 172 on it where I've collected my ideas. So I've learned over the years to go, probably when Matt was single, because I've teased him about this. When he got married, he became a lot less productive. But
Well, he has 5
Matt
kids.
and I could go out to lunch. Seriously, we could go out to lunch on a Wednesday, and I would share this idea with him. I would leave the office at 6 o'clock. I'd go home to my family. Matt was single at the time. I come back the next morning. Matt has accomplished the idea better than I even dreamt of it.
That's awesome.
But the reality is, most people don't
Those were
have
great days.
Those were great days.
I just like had a
Those are
visual of you.
pre-pink slip days.
Remember the coffee maker you used to have on his desk? Like the little hot, you used to have like a little coffee pot on your
Little
desk,
hot pot.
plate,
Yeah.
you and your sweatpants, in your cubicle.
Seriously.
At midnight, just pounding the
like
coffee.
at 1 o'clock in the morning.
No, there
That was
was
the best schedule because I would I'd roll into the office at the early hour of like 10:45.
Like noon.
And go to
Right
a
after
couple,
lunch,
Go to a
and
couple
then-
meetings, then take John James, Kareem, Chris Cox to the beach, and then come back to the office at about 5, and then crank till about 4 in the morning, and then
repeat.
It was great. It was my perfect schedule.
Well, but for a long time,
so
there
that's
was,
how I raised my children. Make them sleep in
Kids,
till
we're going to the
10:30.
beach. I know it's 40 degrees outside.
But as Matt got married and matured, and I matured, there would be times where, if Matt, he also brought like, great idea, but what's the idea we can focus on?
Yeah.
And I worked with another person who was how this person treated me was. I don't even write. Doug will tell me all these ideas. This person worked for me. Doug will tell me all these ideas, but I don't even pay attention to him until he mentions them twice. And it was real like when I found that out, it was real devaluing. It'd be like, oh yeah,
Yeah, because
good.
it was actually 3 times.
Well, whatever. But the point was, and now she had worked with me long enough to know that I can move from idea to idea to idea to idea.
You've already moved past this idea that we've spent so much time on, and now
And I
we're
was
here.
kind of thinking, well, she was pursuing it, but if I didn't ask and like a week later and say, hey, whatever happened to
What you expect, you have to inspect.
I know.
That's funny. That
John
must have
Wooden.
stuck with me
It's so
somehow
John
because
Wooden.
I tell my team that now. I'm like, if you hear me say it twice, it's important to me.
Yeah.
So seriously, like,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
rate that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Really need to make that happen.
If I had a
It's like,
team,
if you hear me
That's so
thinking
funny.
it, it's important.
Yeah,
If I
you need
had
to
a
think of it
team-
before I think of it.
If
Or
you
you're
I would say, once you hear me say it,
Once,
it's very
that's it.
important.
That's so funny.
I mean, I'm not talking unless it's important, right?
No.
where the truth, not wisdom, where the shortcut.
That has never been your issue. TJ Nolan from Shelbyville Community Church in Shelbyville, Indiana.
A lot of
How much-
Indiana people today.
How much? It was Iowa before, but they both start with I. So, and states outside of California. How much info do you think a high school
was thinking
student can retain or process in
That's
a
good
single
focus
day?
right there.
The reason I ask this is currently our high school students hear 3 or 4 different messages on Sunday at church. One student could hear a message at the student worship service, the main worship service, the high school large group message later that night, and then a message from their small group series following the large group time on Sunday nights. Currently, the small group leaders can pick a study for their group that is apart from the large group time. My concern is that our students are hearing too much and nothing is sticking.
Yeah.
Thoughts? How can this be fixed?
all of that happens in the same day.
Well, what he's saying
Sunday
is high
school,
school, Sunday school,
school.
big church, the adult service. They go back on Sunday night for Sunday night, and then
Small
you get a
group.
message, and then into small group.
Yeah. They can't handle that much.
Yeah, I mean,
That's too-
That's a lot.
I don't like that. I mean, even like, and I'm in a church now that no longer has adult Sunday school. There are some Sunday school classes that are just happening. One's literally been going on for 34 years, which is actually
Wow.
very cool. The guy who leads it's just awesome. It's a cool thing. But there's some people that come and say, hey, we need to start Sunday school back up again, and because it takes care of our kids, and we can do this and then go that, and we have church, then church for a day and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's my question back to him is, can you really have 2 messages? Can you have a Bible study message and let that wash over your soul, and then listen to a sermon and also have that impact you? I mean, how do you have 2 significant things happen every week and really make the most of it? Or is it just a ritual, a thing that you go through, something that makes sense?
And then you said, let's get rid of preaching.
And I said, let's
Forget
get
it.
rid of.
Just
Outta
forget
here.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I
That's right.
think aligning the small group and the high school time at night. I mean, to me, that feels like
That's
a
an
real
easy fix.
easy, because whatever's happening in that large group, and not all small group leaders love choosing. Some do, but some really do like to be like, hey, did you hear what we just heard? And and really having great discussion and conversation versus
Yeah.
teaching Bible study in the small group time. I think could be just as effective for sure.
And we're moving into a new year, which is always the time to bring about change.
It's a great
It's a great time. People are
Great
expecting
time.
change in the new year, so
Yeah.
if I'm a leader of a youth ministry and I've let everybody do their own thing on Sunday night, say, hey, we're going to try and experiment in
Totally.
the new year.
I know something they could do in the new year. I've got it right here in front of me. Would you like me to talk about one of our sponsors?
Yeah, have we not already talked talked about
Great
YM360?
transition.
No, we have not
No.
talked about
Oh,
YM360.
Les and Andy. Sorry that we've taken. Well, now let's make it the strongest one.
No pressure. No, they have a new thing called
Who's they?
They 360.
Youth Ministry
Should I just
360.
read this? I can't do that.
Make it strong. Make it
Brand new 1-year curriculum. Youth Ministry 360's got a new deal called the Jesus Studies. It's a full-on 1-year. I think there's 13 different studies that'll help you cover the entire year. You can. Earlier question, the person that was talking about what do I do with new ideas? I know I need to get my students into the Gospels and knowing the life and teachings of Jesus. Here is a great opportunity to do that. Everything that YM360 creates, it looks good, but honestly, who cares really what something looks like? They have great content. They have great ideas. They have great flow, great questions, and they put a lot of time into stuff that they make. It's solid. It's solid stuff. So you can do one price, which is not listed here, but you can do one price to get all 13 studies, or you could just do one study at a time for another price, and if you like it, you can get more. So youthministry360.com/// I don't know, /Jesus studies.
There you go.
There you go.
Good
Love
job.
it.
There's a hyphen, by the way.
You know what I was thinking? Justin Knowles, who's here, is doing a lot of stuff on the blog with
Yeah.
small groups.
Yeah.
I think Justin does some really good small group stuff that he maybe has passed you in small group. Like if I had small group questions, I think
would not be difficult to surpass
I
me.
think I would talk to. What do you think?
I feel like they probably need to arm wrestle to decide who's stronger.
No, I think John. I
Wait,
think Matt
see
would
those
win
tattoos?
That. No,
know.
Justin, you've
He's
been
pretty
doing some good
scrappy.
stuff.
He's from the 909. That's an area code around here that's pretty rough.
Definitely.
I don't know. who's
Inland
been-
Empire
I
is.
don't know, when I first started reading what he writes on
Quick as a cat.
on the
Scrappy.
Download Youth Ministry
Basically a
blog.
foreigner.
Yeah.
I was like, somebody needs to edit this guy because he's got more typos than McGill.
Really? He does?
He
So
used
wait, was
to.
it more
He
wisdom
used
or
to.
more?
I've been working on that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Lately, I'm
That's
going.
good.
All
We might be
right.
very
Like
similar in
wisdom.
that area.
He can hang.
Look,
Typos and grammar.
No, if you need small group stuff.
sentences and words are just temporary idea holders. There is no reason to perfect.
Well, and just to throw back on that question, I would say it's very difficult to change church tradition that's been around for a long time.
Totally.
So if you have Sunday
Yeah.
school, church, youth group, Sunday night, Wednesday night prayer meeting, Awana, all that, that is going to be very
Royal
difficult for you to
Rangers.
change.
We have Royal Rangers.
So control and change what you do have responsibility over. So start there and
that is good.
then look outward. Don't complain and be frustrated about the systems that you inherited.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But you could also, let's say, hey, if I know what my pastor is teaching on, I can also teach on that same text in Sunday morning and Sunday night, and so they might be hearing
You
4 different
cement it in.
messages, but
Look,
at least
look, took.
you're such an idiot.
Hey, Justin, switch out with Matt really quick. Let's see what happens.
Wait a minute. Are you mad that I said that, or mad that you laughed at it?
No, mad that you just are always interrupting. Just interrupt. I'd like somebody
perfect.
to just watch the show and see how many times Matt interrupts.
Only
Live
the
show.
necessary amount of
Anything
time.
a live show. If we're gonna do a live show, we need to involve the live.
Let's give him a question or a shirt or well,
Yeah.
I guess I can't really
Yeah.
hand
And
it
are
to
we
him.
giving away a...
No, we're gonna give away. I'm right now.
training thing?
I'm gonna give away
Let's
a
give
training
away.
thing.
Should we give away a DYM membership?
No.
No
The
memberships?
training
The
thing's pretty
bacon,
cool.
the
the
Download
training
Youth Ministry
thing?
membership right now is such a good deal. They can just buy that.
They could just buy
Let's
that.
give
Right
away a
now, if
shirt.
you don't know, what we're talking about, go to downloadyouthministry.com because there's over $1,000
Yeah, it's
worth of
unbelievable.
downloads that are coming
Yeah,
on
we-
Christmas Day.
Yeah, and that's all in addition to
Holy
store credit
smokes.
every month and all
I'll
that
show you,
stuff.
Katie. Yeah.
We went
Oh,
crazy.
I'm on there actually quite a bit.
Are you?
Yeah.
You guys
Here-
just did Filthy Rich,
Yeah, we
the
did a
series from
series
Brooklyn
off of
Lindsay
it.
that's on there.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
great. Love it.
Here is.
Here it is.
I will tell you this. This is second place is Jimmy Doyle.
Ooh,
Jimmy Doyle
sorry, Jimmy.
says, "So I'd love to
Oh,
bring
I
my
hate
team.
that.
I'd love to bring my team to the training. The opportunity to meet Doug would be a check off of the bucket list, probably for both of us."
Oh,
Oh, you have to
Wait,
do
wait, and you
it.
gave him second place?
Way to redeem that. That was
Second
great.
place.
Yeah, you were
It
like
is.
humble brag.
But he did say,
No,
"I
good.
will buy the gang Outback
Humble
for
brag.
lunch.
That was the lowest.
I will buy the gang Outback for lunch or
Whoa.
dinner or both."
I'm in. Who is this
Lunch
guy?
or
This
dinner?
is Jimmy
Jimmy
Doyle.
Doyle.
Jimmy. Okay, congratulations,
Same guy.
Jimmy.
I do want to meet him, and that is.
I
on
want to
my
go to
bucket list.
Outback with him.
But the winner of the many that I
Terrible
chose.
to know your second place.
Well, how about third place? Should we say?
No.
Might as well. Powerball, not you.
Oh, Oh, the poor.
No, there's a lot of people, and they're all worthy and deserving. And it was really
Let's just
what
do
I
first
did.
place.
What
was
is
I
this?
just
A
picked-
contest of what? What is this contest?
Epic proportions.
This is the youth specialties team training. They're getting to take 15
No,
people.
but what? How did you create? What is the entries?
He tweeted it. He tweeted it out.
This morning, I just said send an email to, and we're going to draw from.
Here it is.
I didn't see
Here
that.
it is. Jimmy didn't win.
But there was
And I
there
don't
was
care.
several.
Jimmy Crackhorn.
Jeremy, you didn't win. Amanda, you didn't win. There's a lot that didn't win.
Amanda is now upset.
Okay.
She's in the live chat.
Amanda's here.
Amanda is
Sorry,
here.
Amanda.
She said I'm a member.
Oh.
All right, let's let Amanda win.
Yeah, there it is. Congratulations, Amanda.
Live chat.
I didn't say the name of the person that I was. gonna
Amanda. We're going to say
pick.
Amanda.
All right, Amanda.
No, say who you were going to pick, so they know that they can make it.
No, but Amanda's in the live
Hey,
chat.
what's her last name?
Oh, different Amanda.
Daniels.
Yep, Amanda.
Yes.
Amanda Daniels.
Congratulations.
Here she says, Amanda
You win.
Daniels from West Highlands United Methodist Church in
Texas.
Kennewick, Washington.
Lots of people. From
I'd love to win the registration to bring my team of first-time volunteers.
Done.
None of them have youthman experience. They haven't gotten to do any training outside of my DYM membership videos.
Oh.
What?
Any training outside.
Of which
Those are
there's of the
pretty-
special deal, we have been informed we've only got 77 left. So you're gonna want
77 until all the membership deals are gone. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, that's not that many.
So when this podcast goes live, there will probably be 65 maybe? Because they're going hot.
They're going
Eight
hard.
exclamation points.
All right, Amanda.
Great job.
Good job. Listen, Katie, you gotta go.
Great job,
You
Amanda.
gotta go. You
All
need.
set?
You need to stay.
Oh.
You need to stay. We need to talk about Katie.
Oh, shoulder rubs.
it's
Seth.
We need to talk about you,
Seth,
Matt.
great job.
I'm afraid to say anything.
Great job. Thank
Seth,
you.
The
it's
new set.
beautiful.
The eagle has
So
landed.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's right.
Fadi,
Maiden voyage.
thank you for letting us be in your office.
Maybe
Thank
felt.
you.
If I can get a little
Great
felt,
job.
Yeah.
like from a pool table. Someone donates.
All right, we
pool
done?
Table
Just
felt.
a-
We're done. That was a great.
Maybe.
That was a great first show.
I don't know.
It's a first show.
It was all right.
I thought
It
it was
wasn't
fun
a
to
first
be
show.
together.
Are you turning
And
on?
bye to the live show. Bye to the
friends.
iTunes
The live show can stay on.
Whoa.
Live show can stay on.
Okay, bye,
All right,
iTunes.
bye, everybody.
Now we're gonna start
Oh,
drinking.
we're back on ice.